Hey, my name is Elese Daniel. I'm a local Cincinnati poet, and I put together this reading, which is a poem built of poems featuring some of my own work, poetry from queer poets, and poetry from poets I love, whose language I take to be queer, or whose language I took to be queer, and weaving it together with my work and the other work. So I hope you enjoy it. I am dying to believe you can reclaim words. I don't believe I do yet. I just really love songs about singing. Am I being petty or am I just hungry? I know I could be doing more. I'm saving tiny foil squares for my lunch in the meantime. I woke up smelling like fire and high lifes. Last night, we substituted the word cappuccino into the national anthem and the happy birthday song, which are one song when you sing it to a French boy who drinks Long Island iced teas with 7 straws, 2 and 5 on either side of his tongue. We lit a lantern for fuck's sake in a parking lot bordered by bricks, circling cyclists and midnight runners dressed in all black, wearing Timberland boots and Coogee sweaters. We talked about the oldest trees in the world and how it was the perfect time of night for hide and seek. Some of us sobered up. Sam swigged scotch, and individually we disappeared into the night like slow swirling winds. I am amazed by peace. It is this possibility of you, asleep and breathing in the quiet air. Things are never simple. Sometimes I am simple for you, experimenting with control, heavy, weaving in between chapters, nothing in the sky. Moonfires set in my throat. I love you flesh into blossom. I made you and take you made into me. I made a pie and ate it from the center. On Mark's birthday, the 3 of us with forks, bodies splayed across his living room floor, half interested in Independence Day, which we watched through the large front window of the house. TV VHS combo turned toward us from the porch. Chris lived in Chicago still, and I kept driving up with some baked good or something for somebody who made me feel whole, if only for a weekend. The last time I saw those floorboards and that porch, Kelly offered me cut sunflowers and had already broken Mark's heart, or he hers. I let the sunflowers live in the windshield of my truck for a year until somebody stomped through it. There are days we live as if death were nowhere in the background, from joy to joy to joy. From wing to wing, from blossom to impossible blossom to sweet, impossible blossom. I don't know what will kill us first, the race war or what we've done to the earth. So I count my hopes. The bumblebees are making a comeback. One snug tight in a purple flower I pass to get to you. Your favorite color is purple, but Prince's was orange, and we both find it hard to believe. Today, the park is green. We take grass for granted, the leaves chuckle around us. Behind your head, a butterfly rests on a tree. It's been there our whole conversation. While my old apartment was a butterfly sanctuary where I would read and 2 little girls would sit next to me. You caught a butterfly once, but didn't know what to feed it. So you trapped it in a jar and gave it to a girl you liked. I asked if it died. You say you like to think it lived a long life. Yes, it lived a long life. In this short life that only lasts an hour, how much, how little is within our power. At times, I can go without the radio. And when I do, I can be listening and feel myself opening up and hearing things. I sat on the rock by the lake, clapping gently, and the sun was up, and I could feel myself opening to it, and my breathing was easier, and the tensions in me faded. Then an itch on my finger where a small brown spot has me worried all the time. Then the sun was killing me. Then the tension came back into my breathing. Then I stood up and left the rock by the lake, clapping gently in the sun, and walked to the propane-filled cabin and sat back down in the chair and looked into the screen. I am the modern world. And I am the lake clapping gently, and the generator puffing out, and the moss garden, and the grasses, and the wind, and I am the moon, and I am the machines drinking gas, and the indifference, and the difference I can make is not equal to the shame I can make myself responsible for it all, for all of it, if I'm allowed to. I can make myself never forgive myself. I can make this about myself, because that is easier on all of us to think we had a choice. When we go out together, we avoid expensive cafes on Columbus Avenue, jaunts to the Upper East Side. Harlem eyes us suspiciously or with contempt beneath half-closed lids. We have friends there, hidden in the ruins like gold, who accept us. When it snows, we walk boldly anywhere, as if the snow were a protection or a death. Sometimes all I wish for are those exhausted nights in San Francisco before you were real, when I'd finish a party and change slowly into my clothes, then go for a drink with Robert or Michael at a place where women weren't supposed to matter. I was anyone I wanted to be. Lola, Laura. I could talk, and my legs never stopped moving. Watching a pigeon eat a Reese's cup outside of the library 2 days before Christmas while sitting at a red light on my bike, awaiting its color to shift. The street can carry treasures, and occasionally evergreen twigs to tuck away in my pocket on a walk home from the market, like many other walks home from the market, though this one is a touch more merry in mid-December. And somewhere in Louisiana, Whitman once pulled a branch from a tree and carried it home wrapped in moss. All the queers I know own dead flowers, or cherish some gifted piece of earth. Their throne, a shelf, a windshield, window, wall. The hummingbird on the dashboard of the truck is starting to smell. So it must be spring. Everything is thawing, softening up. The radio tells me about suicidal farmers, projections for the price of milk, and I want to apologize for veganism or my lactose intolerance, or shift my weight to carry more for those with legacy worn thick across their faces. I do not work with my hands. I am soft, like swollen tits beneath a full moon, like the wet insides of my cheeks. Your cactus dies a slow, mushy death. At the funeral, Jordan shows up with Samara as a date. They take you out to Chipotle afterwards, and you are so lovelorn you can barely eat your sofritas. Thanks, y'all.